Hey everyone, welcome to Monty After Dark. Let's welcome Natural Ginger. Hello, Ray Ray, welcome.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Ray Ray.
Hi.
Hey everybody, and we're gonna also welcome Great Grebo. Hi there.
Hi,
Hey
Greenbo.
everybody,
Oh,
I'm
I like
just
that.
drinking my Gigante soy non-fat iced mochaccino latte with 14 extra pumps of sugar-laden hazelnut with one extra ice cube. I made her make it for me 5 different times because I said I wanted one extra ice cube. You know, these peons making coffee.
Is it lumpy?
I could chew it because I haven't washed this cup in about 5 years.
That's the
Is
best.
my is
I
my
love.
mic hot?
No,
Or
you're
am I
you're okay. I
okay?
love your glasses. Did you get eye surgery lately? What happened?
Yeah,
Oh, you
I
did.
saw these somewhere. I can't remember where, but I thought, wow, that's hot.
My Barbies had televisions like that years ago.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's even a
Hi, Erin.
Starbucks card. Hey, Erie.
Hi. So Grebo, I just want to tell you, I don't think you have enough sugar and caffeine in that.
Well,
Mm.
I asked for 20 extra pumps, and
Dang.
they max out at 16 pumps of
That's what I
sugar
heard.
laden. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have
I
had to
didn't
get a
know
larger
that.
size.
See, I learned something new every day, especially on Monty's chat that they max out at 16 pumps. I can't
I
even
like,
imagine.
Yeah, it's
You
crazy.
talk
I
about
like a
dying
heavy
in a
pumping
coma.
session.
I just want y'all to know I went and made and I do not know how to talk to name this. It's either whipped coffee or the funky the
Yeah,
is Delegano
I love that stuff.
Delegano, whatever. I went and whipped all of that up, so I'm ready to go in the morning. But that
Nice.
has a whole tablespoon of sugar in it, and that's way more than I usually, put in anything. But
Right.
I'm out of uh, I'm out of coffee creamer, so this is my substitute. Sorry. Yeah, too lazy. I don't go to the stores much anymore because of the COVID, but I'm even too lazy to call them in to bring it to me. I want a whole order. If I'm gonna pay to bring for you to bring me my groceries, I want it to be a whole grocery haul. I don't want it to just be a coffee creamer.
So, should we talk about Chantal and some of the brilliant things that she said today?
Yes,
Go on,
please do.
please do,
I
Greenbo.
think I would. So first, like I said, I Grable has some opinions. So hi Ray Ray, it's good to see you. Hi Natural Ginger. Hi Erie. Hi Hippie. Hi Monty.
Okay, at Graybo, I can't imagine that you have opinions. But anyway, go ahead.
No.
Shocking, right? Um, so I put these on and I went out to grab because I keep my sodas out on the deck. And my elderly neighbor was out watering her plant. She goes, "Oh, are you going to be talking about that fat lady on the internet again?" Because she saw the glasses. I was like, "Oh my God!" Because they don't understand. My neighbor's like 83, and she just doesn't understand. She's like, "I don't understand," and I'm like, "I wouldn't expect you to." Anyway,
How
enough
do you
of
explain Chantal to anyone? How?
right. I know it's like I told her, I said, "Do you remember the Gong Show? It's like that, but worse." And they don't leave the
No.
stage. But so first thing I wanted to touch on is that blue dress that we saw at the top of the stairs. I kept seeing people say it's the wrong color, da 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 da. There's a thing called filters, and like if you've ever gone out in bright sunlight and you use like a bright sunlight filter on your camera or your video on your phone, it will distort the colors, and so it will make certain colors that would come out drab really vibrant. So the fact that dress was kind of a vibrant dark blue, it just says he has had a bright light filter on. But
Mm-hmm.
Occam's razor says that who else would be standing at the top of the stairs, trying to stay out of frame, looking like somebody that has, no shade to Chantal, but look like they have 3 basketballs shoved under their skirt the way it was hanging. It's like Occam's razor says it was Chantal. So, so it's just, because I kept seeing people say, oh, it's the wrong color, it's the wrong color. Filters. We have clearly seen that Chantal and et al. Are not afraid to use filters. So it stands to reason, Natty just pulled out a bright light filter, and that happens to be the color Chantal's dark blue dress, which she's seen wearing yesterday in her own videos. That just happens to be the color it turned out as, my opinion. I'm not stating it as fact, but like I said, Occam's razor would lead me to deduce that was 1,000% Chantal standing there
Yeah,
trying
and
It
it's
was
not
a
stay out
good
of frame.
catch. It was a very good catch.
Mm-hmm.
it's
Whoever
not only
whoever saw that.
filters. It's not only filters, it's absolutely the lighting where you're at. I mean, they were outdoors. How many times do they film outdoors? That's a whole other thing. So that's going to make everything look different. And depending on the time of day, that's going to make everything look different. And natural ginger, the fact your mom says that she's the fat lady on the telly, that just cracks me up all day long. So yes, love your mom. Your mom. Tell her I said I love her.
Said in a heavy Lancashire accent. That fat lump on the telly.
Okay, and I'm telling her I love her in my lovely Texas accent. So there you go. Tell her I love her.
I will do.
Yeah, see, I was thinking the same exact thing that Grebo was regarding, Chantal and the color of, the dress and all that. Now, I don't know, because like I've heard here and there that, you have to walk up there, and that she wouldn't be able to walk up there. And so I just don't know. I've obviously never been to Canada. I've never looked it up, so I don't really know. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. But without that being said, the whole color of the dress thing, you can't just argue over the color of the dress, because like Rebo said, we hardly see her out in the actual like bright sunlight like that. And so yeah, that can't be really a distinguishing factor on whether or not it was actually her.
Grebo.
You
You're
muted,
muted.
Grebo.
You're muted.
Oh, shocking. Oh, that rarely happens that I talk and I forget to unmute myself. Yeah, I was just going to say that, yeah, it's like it was somebody wearing either a very, very, very large shirt, or it was somebody wearing a dark blue dress, standing at the top of the stairs, trying to hide out of frame, who has sadly misjudged the size of their body. And that's the other thing with Chantal, as far as, and I'm not going to get into the whole body dysmorphia thing, but I really honestly think Chantal has lost sight of exactly how large she is. You look at yourself in filters long enough, I'll even do it. I'll flip on a bright light and go to take a selfie and be like, fuck no. Because you're
Right.
like, you get bags under your eyes, and you're like, is that wrinkles and gray hair? And so yeah, it's just Chantal's been using those filters. And what was the other thing? So yeah, she was with Natty all day yesterday. Weird at the end of the month. Here's something else she brought up. I want to bring up that when she said swapping out the changing the cat litter once a month, like everybody else heard that, right?
Yes.
So I can tell you
Yes,
right now, for
we
the
did.
silica cat, those silica, even that pretty litter, for a medium-sized cat, you are supposed to scoop that stuff every single day, and that's just for one cat. And once a month is when you completely swap it out 100% and put in new. So that when she kind of made it sound like they scoop it once a month, and I cannot imagine the smell. Oh well, I can imagine the smell. It's those poor cats, no wonder they're going everywhere else, what, it's like when you pull over at a rest stop, along, like, let's say I-5, and you know how you kick the door open because you really got to tinkle, and you get one whiff of that truck
Uh-huh.
stop bathroom, you decide you're gonna, like, I can hold it, I can wait, because you
We
just,
can
or
look at
you find,
McDonald's. Yes. Uh-huh.
yeah, you go somewhere else. And so, just, yeah, the fact that she just, with no shame, it's just, it's disgusting. And then
Yeah,
that leads me,
I have 2 cats and I swap it twice a week. Monty, how often do you swap? You have 2.
Once a week, I will
Oh,
completely take the stuff out.
mhm.
okay. No, I swap twice a week. Yeah, because
Ye-
my babies, they start looking at me and like, Mommy, can we please have new litter? I swear that's what they look like.
But for me, I'm constantly topping up as well.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
that works.
yeah, so
Cats
just,
really like a good place, don't they? A clean place to piddle.
yeah,
It's just their nature, and if she
mhm.
doesn't know that after 20 years with BBJ, well, she does probably know, and she just doesn't care. It is absolutely dreadful.
Yeah.
Do you think she's going to deny this scoop that has been the blue dress gate, or?
I think she's just gonna just, like, I think she's going to do what she always does. Oh, you guys. And she'll bring up, like, because occasionally, the crazy conspiracy theories, and that's why I don't really enjoy sitting around and just making stuff up, but, and so this isn't fact. But if you line all the things up, we know Occam's razor says the simplest explanation is the correct one. So it was Chantal. She disappeared yesterday. She had a blue dress on. It's at the end of the month or the beginning of the next month. Natty wasn't live streaming yesterday, and so the simplest explanation is it's Chantal, And so she'll probably just gloss over it. Has everybody noticed that, like, in her live, like, lately, she used to easily pull like 1,800 viewers every single stream, and today she was struggling to get over like 400. I mean, she's at a solid uh she's down, a solid 50%, if not 75% on views. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
people are getting sick of that. So if she were smart, she might try to make something of the dark blue dress, like, be like, yeah, I was there, what of it, to mix it up, because
I have a picture here. Somebody sent this to me. What seems to be Chantel above Nader's head. I'm not sure. It could be. It's far away.
can you
It's
zoom?
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
super blurry. That's it. So that's the person.
I don't know.
Yeah, that could be.
Whoever's wearing
looks-
that outfit is a long sleeve shirt.
Mhm.
And I'm not gonna lie. Well, from here, I mean, it's far away, but that person looks more of like Amber type, like body.
Yeah, I was
Like, I'm not
thinking
trying
that.
to be rude, but that's like what that person
But
looks more
but
like.
yeah, more
Plot
Amber.
twist, Amberlynn Reed is actually now
Because
dating
if
Nader.
I didn't know better, I would say that was Amber over there. Like, that's who that looks like, that body. It doesn't look like Chantal to me back
Oh
there.
God, please let's not get all this muddled up together. But Dee Dee is now talking in the chats, in Natter's
Mm-hmm.
chats. She's back to the old Dee Dee. What's going on there? I think it's because they weren't making money without that.
Yep.
That's my personal opinion.
Let's see. Oh, and the other thing, hold on, was when, so Chantal, she was obviously with Nader. She keeps bringing up money. Have you noticed that over and over she keeps talking about, like, money. She's obviously having money problems. Her views are down today. She was, waxing poetic about, well, yeah, the pre-recorded videos gets more views and just I felt like live streaming the last year, but maybe my feelings are changing. And I can guarantee she's 1,000% definitely watching Monty's streams, because the things that are coming out that Monty says and chat says, God, these glasses are impossible to see through. Is she's starting to bring up the topics, that we discuss. The one thing I thought that was exceptionally disgustive is where somebody brought up selective depression. She's like, no, that's not what's going on, because like I said, obviously she has mental problems. You cannot be high 24/7 and not have mental problems. But when somebody like brought up selective depression, she's like, no, that's not what's going on. So she's leaning really hard into my mentals, and I don't have selective depression.
What
And
is selective depression? I've never even heard of that.
it isn't a thing. They're making fun of the fact that she's
okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So when somebody brought up selective depression, it's her chat making fun of the fact that she's only depressed when it serves her narrative. My place is a mess. Oh, I'm so depressed. I'm not making money. Oh, I'm so depressed. You know what I mean? But if she's doing something she wants, this anhedonia or this depression goes away. She's more than happy. As long as Chantal's getting to do what Chantal wants to do, she's fine. But she wants to keep feeding into this I'm mentally ill narrative. Like I said, I'm not saying that there aren't problems, but, oh, I'm back on my meds. I'm sorry, but a week or two of SSRIs is not really going to stabilize your mood. And number two, it depends on, is she on an antidepressant or is she on a mood stabilizer? Those are two separate things. But she keeps throwing it out there that, oh, my mood is stabilized. And the fact she said, I feel stable. Like she actually said, so right? It's like she Googled it.
But from what she had said, wasn't she on Seroquel? And that's an antipsychotic.
But it really doesn't matter what she's taking. The point is you don't take these medications for a week to 10 days
and just go off them. No, but I think it's way more than just an antidepressant. I think she's on an antipsychotic, because I swear I've heard her say Seroquel. Y'all let me know. I'm not a genius, so I may have made that up.
One medication can be used for different varieties. It's not specifically designated for just one specific. Seroquel can be used for schizophrenia, bipolar, sudden episodes of mania, depression, yada yada, blah blah blah. So the thing that perplexes me is that I've been on my self medication for mood stabilizer. Sorry, and it takes 4 to 6 weeks for you to feel the full effects.
Yeah,
exactly. She has one in the afternoon, and next morning I'm cured. I feel great. On top of the world. Not true, Chantal.
Well, I just wanted to say a couple things. One, I don't think she's mentioned taking Seroquel. Not that I have heard, because I would have remembered, not recently at all, because I would have remembered that. I know she started taking another one. Can't remember what it was, but I know it wasn't Seroquel. Yeah. And two, Seroquel can be used as a few different things. Honestly, I was prescribed it just as a sleep aid because it's it can knock you out so much.
Yeah.
So it's not just used for psychosis. It can be used for a lot of various different things. But like my mom, for example, she was using it because, she was severely bipolar, but then I was prescribed it just for sleep. So it's, it's used for various different things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never heard her mention.
I think she's recently, I could be wrong here, but I think she's mentioned that she's taking a higher dose of escitalopram.
Yes.
There,
that's
yep.
Yeah. That's the one. She did bring it up. And
because I take citalopram, not the escitalopram. I don't know whether it might be just a different word or whatever with American or Canadian medication. I don't know.
They're different.
Yeah, they are different.
Yes.
So it's similar but not the same.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And it really doesn't. It really takes a long time to work. Sorry. Yes. So you're right about that, Erie. It does take a long time to get good effects.
And the deal with that is you don't like you said, you don't take it and then 5 days later you're feeling stable. And so, like when our chat said, it's selective depression. And so, it's and I don't know about where Chantal is, but here where I live, you could literally just have a video appointment with a doctor and they hand out SSRIs, SNRIs, like they're Tic Tacs. Like anybody can get them, and you could even have a phone appointment and get prescribed something because people are like, well, she hasn't gone to the doctor. Well, we don't know. It can be a phone call, it could be a video chat, but the thing is like this selective depression, and I'm not saying she doesn't have problems, but it's funny how it's extremely selective. And only when it suits her narrative. So, and the third thing I'll bring up, she's a raging drug addict at this point. So adding anything that messes with your neurotransmitters on top of the copious amount of mind-altering, mood-changing chemicals she uses is a recipe for disaster, Hi, Alex.
Hi, ladies. How are you? Been a long time.
You look lovely.
Thank you. It's late night for me, so I'm always at my worst, but whatever. Anyways, so I have been pretty absent from the Chantal verse lately, but I have taken Seroquel myself last year, so I have something to say about that. I've had a baby almost 2 years ago, and I had a depression after. And I was in inpatient treatment for about 3 months. First, I started without medication, and because my sleep was terrible at night, I wasn't resting properly, and that meant that my depression wasn't getting any better, and I wasn't able to be as happy and caring during the day. So my psychiatrist, she told me, look, we are going to start with something. It's called Seroquel. And actually, it's an antipsychotic, just like, I don't know who said it, but it's absolutely right. I think Hipista. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's true. And when she said it, I was taken aback. I was like, oh my God, why am I being prescribed that? And she told me that people that have psychosis take that, but in doses 10 times higher, okay? So actually what I was dealing with was anxiety at night, and I couldn't sleep. And she explained to me, what's anxiety? It's a type of voices in your head, right? Not like on the psychotic level, but it's the thinking to being restless. And she told me when taking it in a very small dose, it also acts like an antidepressant. So that's that.
Yeah, it has many, it's like, Halidol. If you go to the ER for migraines, they will give people Halidol, which is clearly an antipsychotic. It's like Neurontin. It's an anti-seizure medication, but they use it for idiopathic neuropathy. So, it's off-label uses and or wide variety. You know, anything that messes with your neurotransmitters, depending on doses, can have a different effect on an individual. But I just and I just I have known many a drug addict, and a lot of the times, if you're not honest with your doctor, I have seen this before. If you go to a doctor and you get some kind of something that messes with your neurotransmitter, whether it's Seroquel or any Lexapro, Wellbutrin, anything like that, and you're on copious amounts of drugs, you can really be setting yourself up for failure, you know, where you're going to have serious biochemical repercussions down the line by using these things together. And so, you know, and I, like I said, Chantal and her selective depression, it's like, I'm not buying it. And did you see the state of that apartment? Like, and everybody is like, why is she cleaning? We're at the anniversary, the 2-year anniversary of when her and Pete's moved in. Maybe the luxury villa does a yearly inspection. You know, I know the apartment I lived in, once a year, whether you liked it or not, you know, give or take a few weeks on either side of your move-in date, they would do a quick walkthrough inspection. Or, you know, it's just a thought as to what's going on. But
yeah, and I agree. Well, I was just gonna say I agree exactly with what you know, with Grebo's saying regarding you know, mixing these certain medications with you know, certain drugs. And I don't think she really understands that, and I don't think she really understands that's why they ask you these questions. And that's why, you know, it's not like, oh my god, they want to know if I'm doing drugs, are they going to call the cops on me because I'm doing drugs? Like, that's what most people think. And it's because they want to know what you're, you know, what you're taking, so that to see if it's going to interfere. And yeah, because I know that's how, you know, that's how it was with, you know, my mom. She was severely bipolar, and she was taking, you know, at various points she was taking, you know, the Haldol, Seroquel, lithium. I can name off a bunch of different medications. And you know, she was an on and off drug user, and you can just tell every time she, you know, had started and stopped again, that it like, just every time it was just like a piece of her was like gone. Like, it's just, she had slowly, even, you know, when she had got back on her medication and everything, it just, she was still never exactly the same. And each time it was like that, because that's just the way it is. Not only when you have, you know, these mental health issues, but when you're mixing these serious medications with, you know, the drugs. So
yeah. And we've brought it up before. There's a thing called a serotonin storm, and you've got, if you are truly head into a serotonin storm, you have maybe an hour before you, it is no joke. It is a fatal issue that can happen. And so, yeah, it's just and what was it somebody in her chat said? Like, they said something like, did you use an edible today? And she was like, she said something like, you know, like, which 1,000% is like, yeah, I got up and I took a bite of an edible. But to her, because she's not so high that she's slurring her words and walking into walls, she's fine, you know? And so she's out and about high. Like, she might not feel high, but she is, I can guarantee you, impaired in I'm not going to say in a legal definition, but in what you would expect in somebody, you know, she's not mentally alert. You can't use drugs all day, every day, and be okay to drive. But because she's not, you know, greening out and falling asleep on camera, she thinks she's fine. So she's out driving around, and it's kind of gross.
The driving around is something that really annoys me. Because she's ignorant to how high she is, probably, and if she isn't, she doesn't care. So And that is illegal, isn't it? Being high and driving.
Absolutely. And in America, if she killed somebody while she was high and driving, she'd be put under the prison. I don't know if it's like that in Canada, but you just can't. I mean, why would you even want to put yourself in the position that God in heaven, you could take someone else's life, much less your own?
It's she like I said, I'll fall back on this. She's end stage addict where she thinks, oh, that probably won't happen. It's not going to be me. I'm not that bad. And because she's not slurring her words, she doesn't think she's messed up. Like in her mind, it's, everybody knows the story of somebody's cousin or uncle who drank all day every day, but they'd only had like 3 drinks that day and they got behind the wheel and they're still legally drunk, but to them they were okay to drive and they cause a wreck. And it's gross. It really is gross that she's out and about like that, and it's a bummer. But I do think it will. I Karma is catching up with her. The way she's continually talking about money, like she is always talking about money, and and her income and her channel. And when's the last time you heard Chantal give a flying F about what was on her channel? But she was actively, thinking out loud about, well, it just felt right to stream this last year. But, if I put out pre-records, they would get more views. I mean, she is actively, and she's just trying to make it sound like, oh, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, but no, this is her actively trying to figure out what can I do to get more views because she's not making the money. And so, she's got her lifestyle at a point where she needs X to survive. I don't think she's making X, or maybe she's just making amount X, but she can see the writing on the wall. And if you guys think I'm wrong, speak up. But it's just she's Chantal is stating the obvious here, like what we've all seen. And when she said like, oh yeah, there's 400 or what 300, she goes, yeah, I don't know. So she's noticing her views are down. She's noticing she's not getting the super chats. The way she keeps bringing up things that we discuss in here and on Monty discusses on stories from the internet, the ideas we've thrown out and the things we've said. She is actively regurgitating this information. So
absolutely. When she's not online, she's either with Nader or watching.
She does. She does.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was saying, was it just in this one before? I can't remember. They all coming to one big lump of her life now. But she was saying, but it's nothing different because sometimes I could earn 5,000 a month, and then next month it'd be 15,000. So she is thinking about that. You're right, Grebo. But then again, in the next sentence, she's saying, "Oh, but I want to get somewhere out in the country and go off grid and live with a load of animals." And Monty was saying, well, how's she going to go anywhere where you can't get Uber or DoorDash and things like it's like more of this fantastical, magical thinking that I think she uses to soothe and distract from the more intrusive thoughts of your money's getting smaller, lady, every month. And people are noticing it. Yeah, so she does it. She so you're right. I agree with you, Grebo, that she is feeling it and seeing it, and she is going other places to see how other people earning their money and what they do. Like she was on about soft white underbelly and things like that.
Buddha, remember?
And she'll make these fantastic stories.
Yep. Remember the other night, Buddha came on. I think it was before she either came on Monty After Dark or she came on Cauliflower's channel, and she said, "Oh, I was just watching Soft White Underbelly," and it was a story, and it's not a quickie dink that suddenly Chantal comes on, like whether she knows it or not, she's starting to try to emulate these people that get positive response. Buddha comes on, people are like, right on, Buddha is very honest. I'm borderline personality, and these are the things I've done. And she's getting positive reinforcement for her behavior. And it's like, Chantal, It's like monkey see, monkey do. Not that Buddha's a monkey, you know what I mean? But she's seeing these behaviors, and so she's desperately trying to get that. But what she doesn't understand is it's not lightning in a bottle. It's a series of behaviors that when Buddha comes on, she's put together, she's well spoken, she admits to her faults, and she is actively working. It's like, I'm a giant asshole, but I admit it. I'm working on it. I'm aware of my flaws. And that's what Chantal doesn't have. So her coming in and parroting the things she sees in these channels is not going to get her the views. It does not make her an interesting person or a likable person, you know,
Our beautiful
by association.
And then she proves that she doesn't know what she's talking about, because then she turns around and pulls a rat face going, what does soft white underbelly mean? I thought, oh God, she's not even.
and
it's just
Buddha,
surface level all the time.
Again, our Buddha is the most beautiful woman in the world, and Chantel will never be that. What Chantel needs to be on White Underbelly is one of his subjects, one of his people that he questions and asks stuff about.
Well,
She's not. She could not be looking at that thinking this is what my channel could be, because she's one of them.
No, the soft white underbelly is looking at the forgotten people of society, the homeless people you don't think about, you know, that live on Skid Row, or, you know, and so but for her, I don't know where I was going with that, but for her to bring up that thought, it says that she's listening to what people are saying. You know, Alex is talking about Sarah Quill, you know, Ray's talking about her mother, Buddha's talked about soft white underbelly. She brought up something specifically that Monty discussed yesterday. Do you remember, Monty? There was something specific in your chat in the video today that I brought up in chat. I can't remember, but it was something specifically other than soft white underbelly that you had brought up, and she mentioned it today, but I cannot remember.
I can't remember either, but soft white underbelly really shows the realities of what other people go through.
Mm-hmm.
And Chantel can never show that reality because she always tells lies. No matter how, even in her most truthful moments, she always has to put a lie in there.
Yeah.
And a book.
Yeah. Chantal is, you know that movie Wagging the Dog? That is Chantal 1,000%. Like, she's just so used to saying, and this dumb act that she plays. What does soft white underbelly mean? You know, it's like she's in this habit where she just likes to ask everything of her audience, like it's going to endear her to them, that she needs their help. And when it's been clearly demonstrated, these are the people that will gas you up to the point that you will drive to a police station and commit perjury to get back at the guy that you're seeing, not seeing, you know.
And then in the next breath, it just tagged on the end, she'll go, I'm addicted to paneer. Let's get paneer. Rat face.
Oh my God.
It's just,
Don't even get me started.
Oh my God. The hair.
Started with the paneer and everything. Oh my God. How many times has she admitted to, like, asking for refunds and something, and things just because, you know? And today she had, like, an actual reason to do that.
Right?
And she didn't hesitate to, like, eat it.
Because she wanted it was there, it was looking at her, she had a naan in her hand, she wasn't going to give that up.
It's exactly what I was thinking. Like the other day, she didn't like the chicken feta Alfredo, so she ate 90% of it, complained and got it back, but there was an actual hair, and anyway, I can't talk about that. But I
somebody is still, like, doubting how nasty she is. I think today it was proof of it. Because if she had hair, and if she wanted to convince herself that it might be hers, I would say, Okay, but come on.
Mm.
It was not hers, obviously. It was disgusting. But
Makes
I
Let's.
wanted
Grebo
to
feel very,
talk,
very
but I
queasy.
didn't
Oh,
want to interrupt you, Gribo,
no,
about the.
no. You said exactly what I think, Alex. You nailed it. I think here's what I think is going on with that Indian food place because she says, "Oh, I'm addicted." No, she's not. I honestly believe it's she can get the most food for the least amount of
Yes,
money is what she has
yes,
found. And if she
Indian
called
food.
and complained or something, she could potentially lose her ability to order from this mom and pop place because they have a right to just not fill an order. So, but
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
she's
So,
just nasty.
mm,
She's just nasty. She
oh,
was hungry and she was gonna eat it.
yeah. Just when she
But
pulled that.
you're right though. Like Indian
Mm,
food is known for being very flavorful, very tasty,
mm-hmm,
and very cheap actually.
mm-hmm,
So, but
yep.
I wanted to talk about the serotonin thing that you were talking about, like having an overdose on
Oh, the
serotonin.
serotonin storm.
Serotonin.
Um,
I'm so sorry, guys. Bear with my English, please. So actually, if I'm sharing today, I will share this. Something very scary happened to me. I think it was a month and a half ago. I take serotonin. I have it here actually. It's called sertralina, but probably it's called otherwise in the US. And I was taking 50 milligram tablets. And without realizing, I opened a new box, but this time the doctor had prescribed me 100 milligrams. So what happened? I took my usual dose of 3 tablets, thinking they were 50 milligrams, so 150 milligrams, but I actually took 300 milligrams by accident, of course, and I overdosed because the maximum dose allowed is 200 milligrams. Let me tell you guys, I thought I was going to die that day.
oh,
It was horrible. I was at school and I was happier than usual, uh, like nice happy. And then I couldn't stop smiling. Like my muscles actually, like they were not relaxing, and I started to laugh a lot. And that was the fun part, it was like being high. But then it all went downhill. My heart starting like it wanted to get out of my chest. And it was like an out of body experience. Is that how it's called? It was
mm-hmm.
horrible. I couldn't sit still. I just laid on my couch all night thinking, okay, this is it. I'm gonna die. And then the next day, I realized what happened. I realized I took an overdose by accident. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's serious stuff, guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
I wanted
it's
to
you
share
you
that.
can go you can go and yeah, I'm really sorry that happened and it's
Yeah,
just like
Yeah,
and I'm
my
not a doctor, but if something like that ever get to an ER because
yes,
coma and death is a very very real possibility. You
yeah,
know, you get the tachycardia. It's dangerous. People treat these things like because they're so easy to get, but they're not a joke. They're
yes.
extremely dangerous.
I do not recommend uh, anyone to do what I did, and it was stay at home. The thing is, I have a baby and I live alone. So,
Hmm.
when you have to call the ambulance and you have a baby, like, what are you going to do with it? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Well,
stayed
and
at home.
you weren't thinking clearly. I mean, you were actively on way more medication you should, and so then yeah, you can't think clearly,
That's
and it's
crazy.
it's dangerous. It's extremely
Yeah,
dangerous. I'm really sorry.
yes,
Did you get a hold of so side tangent. So did you say that the doctor wrote a prescription for one amount and the pharmacy gave you larger pills, or did the doctor screw up and write? I'm curious.
It was the doctor, because I remember she told me, "Oh, I see you're taking 150 milligrams. Do you prefer if I write you like the 100 milligram ones?" And I said, "Okay," but that was like months ago, and that new box was still in my cupboard. And by the time I opened it, just habit. It was a very stupid mistake by my part.
I would suggest, and this is just a side tangent, call the pharmacy you use, ask to speak to the therapist, and say, anytime there is a change in dosage of any of my medication, I need the person at the window to call it out to me. Like, have a conversation with the pharmacist, let them know what happened, because they don't know. But if you let the pharmacist know, they can note your account. And I would suggest that to anybody in chat, is that you have it clearly stated, so that they know if there's any change in any medication you've been on long term, that somebody says, hey, this is different, so that that's just, like I said, a side tangent.
But that, check the box.
Yeah.
Check the box.
Yep.
Alex, and I love you because I've also had a serotonin reaction.
You know exactly how I felt then.
I've taken a med forever, but it has side effects, and so we keep trying new meds. And oh my God, I think it was Lexapro. I couldn't stop moving my limbs. I couldn't stop doing anything. I mean, it was just like my whole body just wanted to move all the time because of the reaction. And of course, I completely stopped it and called my psychiatrist immediately, and we got it all taken care of. But that was one of the most miserable times I have ever lived. It was horrible.
Yeah, and so exactly. So going back to Chantal, it's like Alex said, and Ray Ray said, is she's taking drugs. You call medication, but medications are drugs, and then she's mixing it with, and I really think with Chantal, I don't think it is just THC from what we've seen, but it's hard to say, but it's dangerous. And so the doctors rely on patients being honest, and Chantal is not, like Monty said, not honest with anybody about anything. And so, the doctor's prescribing this medication, and she, is she taking it regularly? Who knows? And it's just, like I said, it's all just a load of horse pucky with Chantal and her selective depression. She's only depressed when she doesn't want to do something. And the state of that house. So when I was younger, much younger, I used to live like anybody that's ever like lived in a squat. Like I lived in an abandoned hotel downtown of a large city, next to the Greyhound. And the thing is anybody that's ever lived in a squat where people just don't care about their surroundings, whether you're hitchhiking across the US or whatever you're doing, like the way Chantal's place is starting to look really reminds me of what you would expect from like a shooting gallery or a trap house or a squat, like just nobody cares and everybody's high and the place is a mess. And and anybody that's ever had like a family member that was deep into drug addiction, you go over to their house and that's what it looks like. There's garbage piled up everywhere. And it looked like, Monty zoomed in, it looks like there were actually clothes mixed in with the garbage, and she just shoveled it all, did she shovel it all into those black plastic bags, or did some of it get put into the suitcase? But, either way, it's just this wanton disregard for her clothing, because apparently
there was clothing. I think Monty spotted a few items. That black and pink hat that somebody bought her with cat ears. That was in
Yeah,
there.
there
Then
was
there
Oh,
was
some
the
burnt
wigs.
orange like top or something like that. There were lots of
Yeah.
clothes.
and she just shoveled it into the garbage bag then.
And
It went
she
in
put the
the
clothes,
suitcase.
yeah, in the suitcase, and then other items went into the garbage bag. So she
She's not really
definitely does
thought it
not,
through, because how is she going to get the suitcase up the stairs? She can't even
right?
get
Mhm.
herself up the stairs with that easily.
Right?
It's, you know, it's, or I'm going to put everything into the suitcase and then move it, and then I'm going to feel really good about myself. And look, this place is looking so better. And she panned round, and the place, it was like scorched earth. It was like, no, it's not better at all. It's plus the place is not been. I mean, I'm not a great dusting. You know, you can get a bit over the top about keeping your house completely dust free, but that place has never been dusted. And the amount of skin that's in dust and cat and everything. So, but anyway, she'd moved. She used the bin liners. There was a full bin liner on the floor, which she actually moved. She didn't actually take it out. She just moved it 6 foot across the carpet. And then there was several wigs. I was surprised. It wasn't just one wig. There was about 4 that were like bunched up and kicked about and under all sorts of things.
Well,
Monty,
remember how we were talking yesterday? Like we made. Do you guys remember? Was it yesterday where we made the joke? Like all Chantal would have to do would be to film herself taking 1 trash bag to the dumpster a day, and people would tune in for
Yeah.
that. And so I'm just wondering if she's not taking, once again, stealing ideas from Monty's chat. Is like, is that what brought on this cleaning? But what she doesn't understand, what she did wasn't cleaning, it was performative. She moved garbage from one place to another place, not cleaning. But you know, she's just too lazy to throw the garbage bag down the stairs. Even like gravity, it's not just a good idea, it's the law. The bag will make it to the bottom all on its own. Very little effort. But yeah.
Monty, and anybody else in Canada, do y'all have Surf Pro, like the cleaning people that will come in and just take over everything? I mean, I know this isn't a hurricane. I know this isn't whatever, but do y'all have those people that will come in and absolutely do whatever it takes to make it okay?
Yeah, we do
Yeah.
have people like that. Yeah.
We have them. Yeah, we have them here
Chantal's brought it up. I mean, she paid $400 to have that place come take out the cardboard boxes. So she's brought it up, and her chat brings it up constantly to get those. And a couple times she's like, no, I'd be too embarrassed. You know, she said that a couple times. And then a couple other times it's like, oh, I can get to it. I think it's probably, my opinion, I think it's a mixture of she's cheap, and I also think she's low key embarrassed. You know what I mean? And at this point, I don't think she can necessarily even afford the service. Well, she could put it on her credit card, but she clearly stated that the $1,400 that she spent to go to Cuba, the $913 for the ticket, the $50 extra for the seat, and this, and it came to $1,400. She clearly stated she put that on a credit card.
Yeah.
So, it's like it might. This is just supposition. It might be getting.
She's not brought to agree, but I think she's not brought anybody in to do the deep clean or whatever and sort everything out. It's because she has to confront it. It's something that she has to confront. I mean, it's easier to sit in the filth, go, well, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll just do a little bit. But if you've got made an appointment for strangers to come into the house and what I'm going to move this and make a plan that has to be stuck to, whether she's involved with it or not. She doesn't want to confront that because it's boring. She just wants to be.
It's
Guys,
exactly
I'm gonna bounce
natural.
because other than the cat, I don't have a lot to offer anymore. But I'm gonna be in the chat listening to you guys. Okay.
No problem. Bye,
Okay,
Alex.
bye, Alex.
See ya.
Bye, Alex. It was good seeing you.
Yeah. See you. I will be in the chat.
Alex,
Bye.
babies. Love you, Alex and babies.
Bye.
Bye,
Look at the baby.
Bye bye.
We've lost Erie as well. She's disappeared.
She said she had to go.
All right. Yeah, but
Yeah.
so
So
it's she doesn't want to be confronted. It's just too
yeah.
inconvenient for her. But
I agree. You're right, Natural Ginger. That's what it is. Is she's lazy, she's cheap, and she does not want to face up to. She has done this to herself, and there's got to be some level of whether Chantal feels shame or not. That just the embarrassment because it could be guys showing up and then they wouldn't think she was hot.
I just don't know. I mean, when she turned around that camera and showed what was on the floor in that living room, I almost ran out of the house. I mean, I didn't even know what to do. That was the grossest thing I have ever seen in my life. Can you not just have a hefty bag next to you on the couch so when you finish something, you can just toss it into the hefty bag? Then you just take the hefty bag out. I mean, what the hell? This is not rocket science here, people.
Well, I think with Chantal is she's you know how it is. It's like weight gain. Now, my sister tends to put on weight, and she doesn't have a scale, and so she sees herself every day, and she doesn't see it. But when I've gone 2 months, like she'll show up and be like, "Do I look fat?" And I'll be like, "You look like you put," because it's so Chantal lives in it all day, every day, and I pray to God my sister doesn't watch this because she's scary. She scares me. Oh my God. She'll ninja in here one night and finish me for bringing this up.
Rainbow,
Lord, please.
we'll get you.
Yeah, so
We have your back, girl.
I'm the nice one. My family are scary people, but the point is Chantal lives with that. Hey, Collie, she lives with it all day, every day. And you remember when she did the Toronto Bees with Nader? You saw in 36 hours how badly she had pigged up that hotel room. And so this isn't just her being end stage drug addict. You could tell that this is a lifetime of somebody that just drops it wherever it falls and has just like she does not have those skills, and so she cannot be bothered. And I think because she's lived in that filth and it's got to that next level, you go nose blind. It starts to be normal. It's like, when you've got like you need to paint the trim in your living room because it's all done except for the trim, and then you think you're going to get to it, then you just kind of get used to it looking how it looks and you forget it needs to be done. Hey, Collie.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hi,
Hey.
hello.
Good
Yes,
afternoon.
it is a mess. It is a mess.
Yeah.
I mean,
Love you,
when I was
Cole.
a student, I used to live in a house that I shared with. I used to ride my motorcycle into the kitchen and keep it there, and it was a real. It was. But I was what 19, 20.
Yeah. It was a kind of like a squat almost where like you were spray painting on the walls and you kept your bikes in the kitchen, but it was cool. Yeah.
I used to drive it in and all over the lawn and then straight in the back door with my motorbike, and then there'd be a one that was in pieces in boxes on the kitchen table, and it was
Oh my God.
and it was all good, but it didn't last very long, but it was all part of the aesthetic of being 20 years old and away from home.
Yeah.
But this is never in my permanent home have I ever done anything lived like that. Not even when I've been very, very, very ill.
Exactly.
Grieving.
This is juvenile. This is something you would see in a 19, 20, 21-year-old who's just moved out, who's living with a large group of friends. You know what I mean, Ginger? And it's cool, right? It's like you're edgy and you're doing crazy stuff.
Animal House.
Yeah.
I wanted to say something to Grebo because when you brought up selective depression, I was like, yes, Grebo, absolutely. You got to realize something too. Her environment is a testament to her internal. Okay, everything that she lives in around her is exactly what's going on inside of her. So to say, oh, why doesn't she simply do this or simply, because there is no simply to her. To her, everything exists on impulse. There is no thinking about it. She thinks about it when her chat is there to remind her that she said at one point she was going to clean, she was going to do this with her room, and she was going to do that, like bringing up the Beezer show. Then she'll go through a litany of saying, oh yes, and I'm going to be doing that. Oh yes, and this is going to happen, and that's going to. Her mind is on a complete carousel. It's constant. There is no way that she gives 2 minutes of thought about the long run. It's about what's happening now. It's about what's getting through. Because listen, this is her job, remember? So everything that she's doing has to be whatever the chat or whatever reaction channels or whatever other people are putting inside her head, because quite frankly, that's not going on for everything right now. She is sitting in the midst of this whatever selective depression. Okay, because it's also a combination of whatever drug she's taking, and I don't care. I'm sorry, it's not just the edibles, it's not just the weed, it's got to be something else. She could be abusing the prescription drugs for all we know. I don't know, but there is something that is just so just abstract about the whole thing. Look at her. Her eyes are lifeless. She has no ambition. She's not even complaining anymore, not like she used to. And it's becoming more and more of a draw. Like oh, let's go to bed, Sam. Oh, let's go to bed, BBJ. I'm just so tired. Everything is just, this is what her reality is. And there is no simplicity in this. There is no reaching over and getting a bag. She's not even thinking of that. Things have been sitting by her festering for 5 days. Oh, don't throw that away, pizza. I don't know if that's, if that's good or not. It doesn't make a difference to her. It's all gelling together now. And when it comes down to, giving, energy to something, then Grebo had it. Selective depression. Oh, guys, I'm so depressed. Yeah, you're depressed because you don't get out of it. Because you do absolutely nothing to get yourself out of it. And she stays in that mode, and she's obstinate on top of it all. Okay, because again, this is her job, and she's so used to having over 1,000 people in her chat giving her super chats. She said yesterday, I've been doing this for a year, guys. Come on, like, I don't understand why it's got to change now. Because, Chantal, you're not offering anything. There's nothing that you offer to anyone except that you remind them of their own depression, of their own anxiety. You get people impulse to do their own cleaning, which is a good thing. But I'm saying, as far as like, she's not giving them anything. It's a good thing that she's not. Does she still have the tiers for her members? I hope not.
I don't know about that, but I know that
she has
she's been getting
OnlyFans.
some more members.
Yeah, no, I mean for YouTube. Yeah. I don't mean OnlyFans.
All right, I don't know.
Didn't she do that, Monty? Didn't she at one point say she was going to up the YouTube membership?
Yeah, she should still have the tier, because I heard Ashley Lambo was one of the people that
the postcard tier.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the postcard tier.
Oh, that was
she still has
she
it.
openly admitted she still didn't send out.
Yeah, she has yet to send out Ashley Lambo's gift from weeks ago.
Oh yeah, and she still hasn't sent the camera to Sandy and Badge or whatever their names were.
They're on the outs now. She's not sending that camera.
Yeah, but it's like, well, it just, Monty, for example, is like, Monty has a thing, the person wins, he announces it. Like, I've won something from Monty, and it showed up incredibly quick. Thank you, Monty. You're a lovely individual. I love my scarf. The point is she promises things and then she doesn't follow through. And I just think it's like, everybody screws up. Everybody says, oh, I'm going to do this thing, and then it doesn't happen. But with Chantal, that's every single time. And she's offering nothing new. She's gotten so incredibly bored. I really think her little cleaning arc is, because yesterday we were talking about, if she even cleaned, she would get views. And so it's like, she's coming to the reaction channels. She sees what people are talking about. She sees the positive reactions. And so she's parroting these things, but yeah, it's like, at this point, I'll just fall back on that. People that support her, people that are giving money to Chantal or Nader, which is helping them monetize this terrible behavior, shame on them. This should not be monetized. This is not okay behavior. It's gross,
No, you're
And
only
yeah.
enabling someone to do exactly what they've been doing without consequence. That's the truth of it all. I mean, we don't look at it that way because we're like, oh, we just pay for memberships for who we like and who we want. I can understand that for Monty. I can understand that for a lot of people. For her and Nader, absolutely not. Especially the ones that are abhorrently disrespectful to you, the viewer. I don't care. Why are you here? Half the time, Nader is telling people, why are you here? Don't bother. None of your business. Like, I do what I want. Then don't have a channel. Then don't tell people, first it's, you're cooking and you're teaching people. Then it's, I'm not a cooking show. Then it's, you're making fun of other people because you feel like they're making fun of you or they owe you something, but yet you're giving him money to keep doing that. And the same thing goes for Chantel. And while I get the whole bleeding heart thing, like you hope she changes and, maybe one day, yeah, but in the meantime, wouldn't your money be better suited for something else, like something in your life, or go plant a tree, or go donate to a local, a business or something to that? This is not giving them anything more than what they expect of you. There is no equal respect here. They really believe that you owe them something because they simply sit there on their ass and tell you, this is what I do for a living and you're paying me. And at this point, everything that you see is a bad result of it. This is the result of it. You're not going to get any more out of her until you stop paying her. And I mean, not sit there and just, give her troll money, which is another thing I don't understand. Stop paying her every damn month. You're making this woman sit there and expect it again and again. Oh, don't worry about it because I have my Patreon. Don't worry about it. I have my OnlyFans. Don't worry about it because I'll manipulate you and you'll fall for it. She said it in that Cuba Bees and she still means it. And if you can't see that by now, I don't know when you'll see it. The connection is gone. And that's what's happening. She's going to see it more and more. There are not even recognizable Beezers over there. There's maybe one or two. I don't even see anybody that's been in there for more than a few months anymore.
Yeah, she's the loyal people are leaving. All she has is trolls. And even if you just want to look at it from, let's say you're somebody, let's say you're one of the empty nest grandma types that really wants, that hopes the best for Chantal, is, they have this thing where when somebody's in active addiction like that, and to the point where Chantal is, it's called loving somebody to death. Like if you give them money, you are contributing to their downfall. And it's so for the well wishers for Chantal at this point. As far as Nader is, dude's just a scumbag. I don't understand why people pay him. I don't watch him. But for Chantal, for the people that still, hold that humanity and, the empathic people that really want her to do better for herself, and you see the good, it's you. Stop giving an addict money, because every time you give her money, there is no impetus for her to stop. She'll be done when she's done, but Chantal has clearly demonstrated that until the money dries up, she's not going to stop doing what she's doing. And so just from, like I said, Chantal is my entertainment, but Lord, she's boring. But I gotta admit, if there was an arc, not that somebody getting clean is an arc or a joke, it's not, it's serious business. But if the money dried up and she kept the camera rolling, I would stick around to watch this recovery process. What would it look like? And rest assured, I am under no illusion that Chantal will suddenly become a nice person. Chantal is not a nice person. She's never been a nice person. She's incredibly lazy, self-centered. She's just the vile things she says, but she would stand a better chance at not losing her channel if she got off the drugs. But once again, I'm talking in circles. As long as she's getting money, though, nothing's going to change for her. So I'm hoping the money dries up. I'm hoping she keeps filming, and I'm hoping to find something different from her, because I have no doubt that Chantal will stay a terrible person that films everything. So I'm just ready for something new. And
I
it
don't
does
think
get
she'll lose her
frustrating.
channel. I think
Nah,
I
yeah.
don't think there's any chance of. I think the chances for her to lose a channel excuse me, has come and it's gone, and she's got it back. And I think she would have to do something like red rum or something to lose a channel. I don't know. She's not going to.
It's the super chats need to stop, the members, and and then there's people like us where people get together and it's like a safety in numbers where we can all just like hug each other because we need the support. And so you come together and you watch it in a Discord server or on a reaction channel, and so she's just not going to be able to make the money that she needs to make. And if they would stop the super chats and stop paying to be members, because how boring would that be if she fires up a live, there's 200 people watching and there's only 2 members having an argument in her chat? Pretty boring.
She already
Lambo.
up. She said it yesterday. What's the matter? The reaction channels aren't covering me. Why? Am I too boring? She laughs. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't she also say that the reaction channels views are going down because they're not covering me?
Yeah.
Or
well, her opinion.
She says did you hear that too, Cauliflower? She says
I'm trying to remember what she said. I know what you're talking about.
The reaction channels are losing views, maybe because of when they're not covering me or something like that. I was like, what on earth?
From what I heard her say is, I see reaction channels aren't covering me anymore. What happened? Am I too boring? I don't know if she.
Oh yeah, she said that.
Yeah. I don't know.
I remember that.
Yeah, I don't know if she extended to say, that they're losing. How would you know, Chantel? How would you know about losing views unless you are frequenting, in everyone's reaction channel side chat, like you did, in Kaya's and like you do on Monty's every now and again. And, we're not dumb. We're not dumb. We know when. And if that's the case and you want to have some kind of an audience, well, again, maybe you're not paying attention to anything we're actually saying. Or maybe if you didn't insult us and call us all a bunch of has-beens and, washed up nobodies, maybe you could have gotten some real sound advice and actually appreciated the people that gave it for nothing, for free, by the way. But hey, that's not how she thinks.
No, she's probably been told by the VIBs, oh, so and so's views have gone down. I don't think they have. If they're covering different topics, then maybe they do get less views. But nobody's views are going down. I don't think. Yeah. I don't think there are any channels suffering at the moment. I really don't.
It seems like most of the reaction channels are like, I'm just going to pull up Monty. They're starting to diversify. It's like this particular flavor of beige paint drying is everybody's tired of it. Chantal lies and we know it. You can't believe anything that comes out of her mouth. Everybody's tired of the drugs, of lying about Nader, of the filth, the mistreatment of those animals. And it's just boring now. And at this point, because she's been so outrageous, it's like everybody's just burned out on it. Like it's like the boy that cried wolf. That I think if something huge did happen, only about 50% of her people would be like, meh, like I don't get up anymore and like go rushing to see like what is Chantal, come running to Monty's. Like I always come watch and I try to participate, but it wasn't like it was before the Cuba bees where like you hung on everything, like, because this is getting crazy. It's getting boring, and I am more likely to click on Monty's videos when he's covering somebody else because it's more interesting than Chantal. And Monty's even said, like, we're to the point where we forward through when she's eating because we know she's not going to say anything interesting. And if she does say something shocking or unique, it's not actually unique. It's the same verbiage that's been falling out of her mouth. So it's just, she's boring.
The apology should have just been called Cuba 2.0 because that was a big ass slap in the face too. That was not... Yeah. Again, you don't sit there in the midst of everything that you've been currently saying about, I'm not going to apologize. Why should I apologize? Well, I only mean part of what I say. And then sit there for 3 minutes mentioning about how you went muff diving. I don't know anybody who apologizes and mentions that. and then, go on to, no, but I really am sorry. But it's not really my fault because it's the alcohol. See, she doesn't understand that she anesthetizes her audience. First was the Cuba rant, and then this. The rant was like a shock thrown to your system because it was so much to process, and it was like, whoa, hate on hate on hate. And then it's, no, that's not really me. That's the alcohol. So she doesn't understand people are still processing that. And now the follow-up, no, well, I really didn't mean it. And you can't blame me anyway because it was the alcohol. No, see, now you really think you're insulting people's intelligence. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Okay. If you were sorry, you'd be sorry.
That's exactly true. And also what she also did, along with the alcohol and whatever, everything that you pointed out, she grabbed onto safety in numbers. So it was a terrible thing to do, and we should all do better. No, Chantel, this is about you. This is you. Don't club us all in with that. Perhaps a lot of people have done better, but in this instance, it was all you. But she says, and people should admit to that, and we should all do better. It's like, that is wrong. It's, I should do better. I have done this, and she's never actually said what she thinks she did wrong.
It was manipulation, natural gingers. This is what she's. It's another way of emotionally manipulating your audience by saying, yeah, I screwed up, but we all screw up. No, darling, we all didn't get, pissed drunk and tell the world about how our white privilege is this, that, and the other thing, and listen, I don't love Nader, and I do not like Dee Dee at all. But to say the things that she said and still expect that man to want to give her some kind of affection, you must be high. You have to be. You basically said that the president should have him hung. Like, you expect a hug box after this? You expected him to throw his arms around you? Although he's just as disgusting, but still, you guys know what I mean. And, the whole, the alcohol thing pisses me off the most, okay? Because what does a true addict say is, it's not my fault. It's the fault of the chemical. It's the fault of the drink. It's a disease. You don't understand. Yeah, I do understand it's a disease. I've lived with an alcoholic mother. I've lived with an alcoholic uncle. I've had alcoholic boyfriends. I do know. Okay. But it's the same thing. It goes with any other type of disease. Unless you pay it some damn attention and stop making excuses for it, it's going to get worse. Her addiction is the first, number one, and Grebo always says it too. It is addiction 101 constantly. And until that is dealt with, the rest of it is never going to get better. You'll only see like a minor improvement here and there. Oh, let me clean up this room, or let me, put on this wig, or let me get my nails done, little minor things. But these things are not attainable. These things are they're just like throwaway. Well, we'll forget about it because she got her nails done today. Well, we'll forget about it because she put on a new wig today or makeup today. Nope. Not until you get some help for that addiction. Period. Point blank.
I agree totally. And the fact that she does nothing for herself. Nothing. She does nothing. Okay, yeah, she's running around today picking up a few garbage things. She didn't need to pick up those garbage things. She could have had a hefty bag next to her, like I said earlier, and stick it all in there when she's done with it, and then you just take the hefty bag and take it out to the dumpster and you throw it in. That was the beauty. I'm sorry, but I loved that some things about living in an apartment or a condo, that you could go and take things to the dumpster anytime you wanted to, and it was gone completely. You didn't even have to look at it. Whereas, as a normal homeowner, you have to do your recycling, and you have to do your put your trash in the thing and get it out to the road at the certain time. So that, but living in an apartment was so much easier than that. And the fact that she can't even wash her clothes and the stupid washing machine is on the same level as her clothes, I still don't get that one.
Practically next door.
Yeah, I know. I could understand if the washing machine was like, downstairs and then down in that area where they have to go out. I can understand that maybe that was a problem, but shoot, she could just throw them out her door and then just go pack them up, put them in, put some soap in, and we're good to go. I mean,
Um, I think that Colley pretty much nailed it on the head, is that the state of the apartment is a reflection of Chantal, and it's like as the chaos within her because of the drugs, because she doesn't have a stable schedule. It's basically manifesting itself around her, and she's gotten so used to doing what she was never a clean person, like the apartment that they were living in, BB got mad because she was hiding pizza boxes. And so he might have been upset because hiding pizza boxes, she's spending money on food, but B, when you're hiding pizza boxes full of food, it attracts bugs. And this is just a continuation of that to the 100th degree. It's she doesn't have a BB to even get on her and be like, pick your shit up. This is gross. And so, yeah, it's like Colley said, it's just a reflection of who Chantal is as a person, absent any normal human being who would write her about these behaviors. So, like, Chantal has ultimately become who Chantal is on a base level. She is lazy, she is mean, she is self-centered, and it just, yeah,
Yeah. Well,
that's what we're seeing.
and she gets her
She's
way.
primitive.
She gets her way
Primitive.
single
Yeah.
time that she tries, to persuade us all that she's, going to do this, that, or the other thing. She'll find a way to get her way till, next payday, or until she lies about seeing Nader again, or, she has to actually fulfill her part of when she says she's going to do something. This cleaning thing has gone on for 2 weeks. What else does she have to think about, quite honestly, right? She
Yeah.
can't even think, it's like we again say how simple the washing machine is next door, or it doesn't matter if it's on her feet. She's still going to sit there and not care, because her whole entire world right now is surrounding that depression that's going on between her addiction and the stuff that's going on that she won't deal with Nader, which is a constant. No matter how bad he is, doesn't matter. She sees it as, I should be getting this, because I remember in the beginning when it was, but I did this for him and I did that for him and I paid for this and I paid for that. And why am I not getting back what I deserve? This is this woman's thought process. She really believes that she does the bare minimum, that she should get everything that she ever could want, because she's who she is, and everybody tells her in that chat that she can. That's another thing,
Yeah, and that leads me to something else. Is one of the last thoughts I have is, like, that's the other thing, is because my opinion, because she's not making the money that she was making, and she has to have X amount of money to hang out with Nader and do things. She can't film the things she does with Nader, right? Like, there could have been a whole day worth of vlogging yesterday that we can't see because she's not hanging out with Nader and stuff. And so when she's not with him, it's like all she can do is film herself eating at home. And I really do think it comes back to lack of funds, because, like, why isn't she going to Pennington's and showing us, a Pennington's Bees buying a bunch more clothes, or stuff like that. I think she's having to pick and choose the things she spends money on, and we know she wants her edibles, we know she needs her takeout, and that McStabby takes a certain amount of her income, so that leaves her limited when she's by herself of the things she can show, and the Starbucks Coffee Bees is getting boring. The things that, so Mount Royale, yeah, it might have been interesting to hear about that, but she wasn't there because she was with Nader. And so she's really limiting her ability to tell stories. She's too lazy to clean up. So, yeah, like I said, I think we're kind of seeing this is like the death knell for Chantal's channel. She can't even be bothered to keep up with the Beezer show and stuff. So I don't think, just like Ginger said, I don't think her channel's gonna get yeeted, I think it's going to be like a slow, painful channel death, and it's going to go out with a whimper, and just nobody's going to care. It's,
Well,
and
I agree
I hope so.
completely.
Yeah.
I agree completely, Graybo and Ray Ray. I love your shaved head. I just
Thank
think
you.
that is amazing. At the beginning of the pandemic, I had my husband shave my head. Never thought I would go there, but it was so liberating. Not like Chantal liberating. Please don't anybody get, And Ray Ray is for a whole other reason, but it looks so good, Ray Ray. You are beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful. And you hang in there, girl, and you do whatever it takes. You hear us? Because we
Yeah.
can't live without our Ray Ray.
No, we
Thank
couldn't.
you.
Do
We
you
Yeah,
think
we're
cannot
here
make
for
that
it
you.
without our Ray Ray.
we could not? No, very important person.
Thank you.
I was going to say, do you think that she met up with Nader, and she gave him money, and in return he gave her a quick kiss and cuddle in the car, when the royal thing, if you see what I mean. Do you think she's still giving him money or
Yeah,
payday money?
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And
He's
he would
getting
have,
money.
give a kiss and cuddle, probably say, "Oh, but I really do love you, Chantal." Feed her a few lines. She's like going, "Ooh, ooh, Nadia, ooh."
Yeah, probably says some futuristic stuff like "We'll be together soon when I move
Yeah,
out from
love bomb, a
DD's."
bit of love
Yeah,
bombing,
exactly.
a bit of a bit of groping going on, and then she comes
yeah.
back and says, "Oh, I've been watching Chris Chan documentaries and trying to be clever," and because
Right.
she actually did, I actually saw her deny several times that she was asked by her audience, "Have you seen Nada?" "No, I have not seen Nada." "No, I have not been with Nada." "No," and she actually was asked by her members, and she lied about 4 times. If she has that, was actually her in the blue dress.
And she needs to be careful with that. If she still is currently giving him money and seeing him, again, these two, you never know who's telling the truth, or you never know what's actually, going through its process. But if there is a quote unquote legal battle and we're supposed to be seeing something happening in the next month or two, they're still walking a very fine line, both of them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because it wasn't it just a while ago. There was a knock at the door. We all thought it might be the police coming round to tell her whatever, or I don't know. And then she changed the tune. "I'm never talking about Nada ever again because of the legal stuff that I'm going through." And then give it a week, and she's seeing him in a wooded area.
Because she was ultimatumed, I think. He ultimatums her quite a bit. He ultimatums his audience. You do this, you don't talk about me. If you don't talk about me, then we'll do this. That's the way it's always been. He's been doing that since they quote unquote broke up back in November. It is done. It's done,
Is his views, like I said, I don't keep track. Monty, are his views overall, like when he live streams, going down? Does anybody know? Like,
They've been consistent, other than the near million
okay,
views he had over the holidays December.
okay.
His views has gone back to normal, which is just a little bit less than 300,000 views in 30 days.
Wow. So he makes a baseline amount. Yeah, and he supplements it with Chantal, and we can suppose all we want as to why she's not supposed to see him or talk about him. Is it about because she reported him? Who knows? Maybe it has to do with the May case, because Chantal clearly was an alibi at one point. So who knows what's going on? But it's boring. It's boring,
It's very
boring.
the whole
Yeah.
that sort of thing is just
Yeah.
really boring. Like, also,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's really boring as well is the Beezer show and this like ridiculous company that she's set up and all that story arc. That whether it's true or not, I just like, oh my god, just
Is
put
she
me out my
even
misery.
Is she, like I said, I haven't even kept track. Has she even put out a video on
She
that thing
put out
in a
she
hot minute?
put out one last Monday. She said she's going to put out one tomorrow. When I tell you that she
Oh yes, yes.
yeah, she says, oh, remember I said about, a half an hour. I'm thinking it's gonna be more like 15 minutes. I guarantee it'll be down to like 5. And she does these shoddy, like, one shot here, one shot there, and then kind of like sewn together little spoof, and it just doesn't work. And then you got
Yeah.
Pete's there, which she tries to pull into it, and he's all like, normal Pete's, just being nasty and
The
disgusting. And
Pete's rages are, and I think that's another thing. The stuff that's falling out of Pete's mouth is not helping her channel.
no,
Like, it's pretty vile.
no.
Oh, I had a thought. Dang it. Bum bum bum. It was Chantal. Dang it. And it was probably important, and I can't remember what it was. Darn it. It'll come back to me. I can't remember. It had to do with Chantal's other channel. Yeah, she's just boring. Can we all agree on that? She's boring. She can't be bothered.
Yeah, the Beezer
Um,
show worked, and I say this lightly. The Beezer show worked when her channel was gone, because it was
mhm.
now oh my goodness, she's ban evading, and now we're going to use this alternate universe, and she's coming up with all of these characters, and maybe this might be interesting because it might be somewhat humorous, or she takes little pieces from, again, like whatever she watches, whether it's Office Space or The Office or whatever, and throws together this little comedy. But again, she's not consistent, and she's not somebody that puts a lot of effort into her stuff. So while it was maybe sort of kind of interesting to see that she was doing something on the opposite end of just sitting and eating, it just ends up being the same thing, because it's like 50 shades of Chantel. We got Minx, who's the flirt, and Carmen, who's the Karen, and the other ones that she made up that are all different aspects of her. She just should call herself Sybil 2.0, and call it a day, because that's basically what that's about. She doesn't want to put effort in anything. She's tired. Do you see her? It's like, oh, 30 minutes. No, I mean more like 15. Tomorrow it'll be 5. Next week it'll be
Mhm.
30 seconds. It'll be short.
Yeah, because she made big plans. Oh, there's going to be a half an hour mini
Mhm.
series every week. Do you realise how much time goes into writing and planning and filming?
And
Filming a
editing.
half an hour,
Oh,
exactly. It's not just, oh well, I'll film for 3/4 of an hour and just cut out the bad bits. No, she hasn't got no concept about production of any sort. I was thinking, what on earth is she talking about? Oh.
yeah. And
Yeah.
Monty, you can clue this. I don't think that the Beezer channel, those videos, they just don't pull that many views, do they? Like, the one she put out last Monday, it's like, I really just can't be bothered. I
It
know I
doesn't.
could probably, yeah.
Oh, it was eye-wateringly bad. I mean, it was. I can't. What was the motivation? What was the point of it? Really, really, there was nothing.
There's no motivation. It's just thrown together. It's kind of like that, office shtick. Like, you have your certain kinds of personalities, but she doesn't pull it off well. And the way that she like stitches it together, it's not cohesive. It doesn't go to,
No,
it's kind of just in these
Yeah.
blots.
And it kind of doesn't
the office
work.
has been done. The office has been done very well. It's been done perfectly, and you cannot. I mean, it wasn't an original thought, was it? I mean, an office. That wasn't very original, Chantal.
Yeah.
The writing, just the setup, everything. It was so painful. It was absolutely pointless. And you're totally right. She's got no concept. She's got no originality. She's got no.
So,
No
Monty,
thought. Oh,
I don't
pussycat.
suppose we could talk you into pulling up the latest Beezer show video. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Like I said, I'm not gonna give it a view, and if it's that boring, now we don't need to bother. But
Okay, I'll pull it up.
yeah, because like I said, I will not give her views. I just won't do it. But yeah, I'm just curious, like, what kind of slop is she putting out? And like Collie touched on, to me, it seems a little cringy now that she has her channel back for her to try to be pretending, because the whole premise is it's not Chantal. So it's like, I don't know. If she was
Hey
funny, it
man, she needs
might
to
work.
continue because I'm doing Ricardo soon. That's gonna be me, Ricardo from the Beezer show. Sleazebag
awesome.
extraordinaire.
With your new laptop.
Yes.
Please and cringe.
Oh boy.
Man, look at that chin. Wow.
Hi.
Come to me, mama.
Carmen Bondu here of the Beezer Show. Seeing as the majority of the rest of the staff have quite limited brain capacity, as well as
already
to deliver this message, so here I am. All right.
So Chantal being Chantal.
15 minutes solid and 30 minutes solid, even worse.
hilarious.
For you guys is a bit of a pain in the ass. So what we've opted to do here at the Beezer Show is cut it into smaller segments.
What did I say?
Right. So you can expect more smaller short videos and skits on the Beezer Show going forward.
Cop out.
And again, I thank you all so much for watching.
Ooh, hiss.
Have a blessed day.
Oh, wait, it gets worse.
An office party a day keeps the union reps away.
Hilarious.
Not using a filter, that's painfully obvious.
Mm-hmm.
She's massive.
I know you have not been responding to my emails. And this is the last one, I swear.
Farting.
No. Stomach growling.
Mm.
What did I bring?
I thought it was a bottom burp.
I knew it would backfire. Every time I start a plant-based diet, I'm always starving. And payday is not till a few days away. Therefore, I cannot order lunch.
Food
I got
again.
money from Edna last week for that friggin' smoked meat on rye that gave me food poisoning. Let's head on over to the fridge and see what we have.
Brush her wig.
I knew it. Someone stole my vegan yogurt.
Wait a second.
Pete,
Watch on this.
I know you're working hard, but did you see my vegan yogurt? It's missing.
That's a lot of.
I want with vegan yogurt.
That's a lot of food in the fridge, though.
Right, Monty?
You're like, what the hell? I think that's an old shot, though. That she
It's
had
probably
from before.
rotten.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For some, yeah.
It's Ramona's.
You are as usual. Yes, I've been on hold forever. I'm just trying to order some office supplies. Carmen Pandu. My name is Carmen Pandu from the Beezer Show. Yes, I'm trying to order 2-ply toilet paper. You keep sending us 1-ply toilet paper, and at this office, how many times do I have to tell you? We got a lot of big butts around here. We can't do 1-ply toilet paper. It's just
The
I feel her
Pondu
pain.
thing is something that she's copied from reaction channels.
Right?
Watch how this doesn't fit. Watch.
I feel her pain, though. 1-ply, sometimes you can get dookie on your hands, just saying.
Monty.
Hold on.
Yes, Ming.
Combo lotion. Yes.
DLF is sniping me?
What now, Minx? Did Jose notice the brand new intern, Jezebella? Is that what your problem is? New intern.
This plot line is
Isabella.
riveting.
Well, someone stole my vegan yogurt from the staff fridge, and I'm hungry.
It was Roman, El Roman.
Yeah. Yogurt is vegan? No, the yogurt isn't vegan. I mean, the yogurt is plant-based. The yogurt is plant-based. The yogurt is not sentient.
Why are we even having this conversation?
It's a non-dairy. And it's missing. Non-dairy. Well, that should help with the 2-ply.
Isn't sentient? Did you say?
I don't need your sarcasm today.
This is more complicated.
All right, I think I have something that might be able to help you.
This is
back.
Watch.
Who is Kaiser Soze?
Wait, Natural Ginger, watch. Only a creative genius
for you,
with this.
Reward happy What happy something with Minx?
Missing.
This kind of happy ending?
Who knows with Minx?
What?
Look
Oh
at what
my
he's doing.
God. Yes,
What is he doing?
it.
He was doing the, jerk off.
Stroking it.
Oh, okay.
What? I'm just trying to be new age.
That's
Well,
the whole thing. This whole thing is the cat.
well, isn't
That was shockingly
wait a second,
crap.
wait a second. What
Wow,
did it say, though?
Terrible.
That
It said
angle.
happy reward, happy.
Happy ending
See.
with Minx.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
with it.
happy
Okay.
ending with
That's why
Minx.
he did the whole hand job thing.
Well, Pete's would know all about that now, wouldn't
Yes,
he?
he would. He even does that wrong. Did you see the way he was doing it?
But that's the way he does it when his arms get tired.
Is that after the third shot, Pete's?
Yeah,
don't.
like if you do for
My
hours,
question.
your arms do get tired.
True, limp wrist.
My question is if you zoom in on this, there's stuff written on the other side. That's what's got. I'm curious because it's a calendar, and on the one right where it's on to the second S, if you look, it says clean on whatever day that is. So because of the light shining through, it's transposed, but it's sorry. I'm seeing what all she has written down on her calendar.
I mean, what was the point of that? I mean, it was just
Vegan.
It was shite.
It was total shite. It was shiter than shite. It
Yeah.
was the shitiest of shite.
Yeah. Well, it's because I think it's because she's not interested in doing the Beezer show anymore. She's just doing it because it's there and but it's like Twitch. She can't be bothered with Twitch anymore. OnlyFans, like I said, it's like a 1973 Polaroid. It's just boring. She doesn't want to do it. Patreon. She literally just wants to turn on a camera and stream her thoughts and her daily life, and the thing is she's not
There's
interesting.
not much thought gone into that. There's not much.
Yeah.
If this, because she was saying that, I've been writing the script for the whatever it's called,
Beezer
and
show.
she said that's the one, and she said I'm really enjoying it. I'm really getting into the flow. I'm quite with it. I could, like to put an idea out there that she's a naturally talented writer of some literary, level.
Chantal's humor.
This could be just like the book that she's got, this novel that she's promised. If this is a sample of the writing, my goodness.
Her humor is so lowbrow. It's all poop and fart jokes. You know what I mean? Like it's a very like elementary school level of humor. And so yeah, she probably thought that this was funny as heck, but to your average intelligence adult who has a job and a life, it's not entertaining. So she just
the subject of this piece of drama was food and sex, because it ended up with having a good time with Minx if somebody found your pot of yogurt.
Food, sex, and poop, because she was talking about toilet paper and
and a crude noise which I thought was a fart, but it was a grumbling stomach.
That was her grumbling stomach.
Yeah.
It's primitive, isn't it? Like some people, she's very primitive on all levels. She eats, she shits, she fucks, she sleeps.
Yeah.
What else does she do?
That about sums it up.
Yeah, she's
the 3 F's,
boring.
right?
I mean, what else? There's nothing there other than it's just there you go.
I think the whole point of the video was to show Monty how Pete's jerks off, honestly.
It totally was it.
I know.
It's like he has the queen hands.
Did you take notes?
Yes, the queen hands.
The soft
Real
red.
dainty.
He's like, in case you wanted to know, this is how it's done. But he was doing it like sly, like everybody would realize.
It actually looked like he was about to pop a pimple the way he put his hands together. I don't even know, dude. Seriously.
Yeah.
well.
So anyway, so we've managed to piss all over that quite successfully, I think. 1 star, Chantal, and you get the
Yeah,
star for the cat.
I'm getting a chicken wing necklace for Ricardo for the Beezer show. I'm not joking. I can show it
You'll
to
give
you.
her ideas. You will give her ideas.
All right.
So tomorrow, Monday the 2nd, is going to be the next ripping installment. It's like waiting for the next.
I know you're on the edge of your seat there.
It's like watching for the next series of Breaking Bad to come on. You know, you're thinking so excited about all the things that could happen. Not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she could have done something where the arc was to be continued on the next Beezer show. You know.
You know what? She should do a spin-off instead of Sons of Anarchy. It's Sons of Sharknarchy.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah. Or Breaking Bad. Breaking Bed.
Sure. Or Breaking Bad with Sons of Elshamy Sharknarchy. Who would watch that?
You would, Monty.
I totally would. I really would watch it. Just like my guilty pleasure of watching Tiger Talks Devil.
Hey now, that's
Devil.
Which I will be featuring her new videos on my live next one, so don't you worry. So what's this? DLF is sniping you? What's going on?
I guess so. He was going off on the ADA, a black man with dreads, and is allegedly gay, as if something's wrong with that. But you know, he's allegedly supposedly sniping me right now, so I guess that's something for me to go over.
Yeah. Hi, Michael. Have you got your jockstrap on?
Oh, speaking of, one last point. I made a note on my hand. Did you hear how Chantal was talking about a gay city or something? Like just the way she threw it out there, that you know how there are certain places that tend to have more of certain communities, you know, and they're kind of known for, but the way she threw it out there, like, oh, it's a gay city, I want to go there, and it was just black.
Oh, you talk about Montreal, the village around Berry Cam. Yes.
Yeah, like, oh, it's a gay neighborhood, or like just the way she put it out there was just
she was like,
gross.
they don't have that in Ottawa, so go to Montreal for it.
Yes, I saw it was like she was going to visit a sightseeing thing,
like a zoo. She made it sound like she was going to the zoo or something, and it's like, I'm sorry, people in various communities don't live their life so they can be entertainment for a balding, super morbidly obese, unemployed, middle-aged asshole.
Yeah, it was as Buddha's just said. It's a novelty to her because I don't know. Because immediately I thought, am I wrong? Am I wrong for thinking that was really odd to her to say that about? I want to go to. I've never been to the gay village or the gay part of town, and I want to go.
Who says that? Who says those kind of things? Well, besides Chantal, yeah.
So I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought, hang on a minute, what on earth is she saying now?
Try hard says that. Someone that will pretend that they're up and up on you know, all the things in the world and you know how people function these days. It supposedly makes her more interesting and more edgy, outside of the fact that she's living with someone who's in a confusion at the moment. So yeah, Chantal, that's the best thing you could do right now. Sure. You know, don't even mention Pete's going through what he's going through, or maybe he might want to accompany you in that, you know, maybe learn something in that whole thing. But no, this is to be edgy. This is to be like, oh wow, like, you know, is this what the people are doing these days? Like going to gay events? Oh my God, never done that before. Ugh.
Yeah. She just it was the way she fetishizes various communities, and it struck me as grosser than normal for her. Just so that's the last thing I had written it on my hand, and then I forgot to look at my hand when I was looking at my other little notes.
Well, it's true. I mean, because Chantal, if you're watching this, have you not? Do you not realize that we all can't? We do not all think the same, but we basically have the same standard and moral code, which we all seem to follow, and we concur with that. We can't all be wrong. We cannot all be wrong. We live in different countries. We come from different cultures. We've got very different backgrounds, but we all seem to agree on just the way you live is just not right. The way you think is just extremely odd. And are we all wrong, Chantal? Have we got it all wrong? I doubt it, but
it's like this. It's like I got told once. It's like, if it seems like you cannot get along with anybody else that you come in contact with, maybe, just maybe, I've heard this said several times, maybe, just maybe, it's not everyone else. Maybe it's just you. Maybe you need to look at the way you behave. And so
it's like if you've got a group of friends and you think that, well, none of my friends are arseholes. Maybe you're the arsehole there's always an arsehole in the group of friends. And it's, well, none of my friends are arseholes. Oh, it looks like you're the one in the group then, if you think that.
Isn't there a comedian that says that? So there's always one asshole in the group, and if you look at your group of friends and think none of them are assholes, you might want to look at yourself.
Yeah, there must be. Yeah, I've heard it somewhere before, and I always thought it was very true. It was quite a true observation to me.
Oh yes,
I don't know who it was,
agree.
But yeah. So Chantal, if you're watching this, just if you can, have a think about it. Think about it from another person's point of view.
Yeah,
and then
stop being so terrible. Change. Stop doing drugs. Get into therapy. Realize that the way you treat other people and all relationships is transactional. And like I said, she's mobile. She's still currently mobile and stuff. But I'm telling you, if her health issues don't take her out, she is going to be a miserable, lonely old bat. You know what I mean? Because she's not a friendly person. She doesn't give back, and it's just yeah. Like, I don't even know if like I said, at this point for Chantal, I've said this before, I honestly believe even if she changed everything about her behavior, it really does seem like she would just be rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic at this point. It's going down. I feel it's inevitable at this point.
Do you think it's going? Yeah. I think something will happen, and she's going to be riding on the crest of a wave for a while. I don't know what it is, but she always seems to fall in a bucket of shit and come up smelling of roses.
Right? I don't know why I get that feeling, but I just get a feeling as far as her channel goes, I feel that she has made the most amount of money, unless a miracle happens. Like, because miracles can happen, but if things keep going the way they keep going, I think Chantal has fallen into that bucket of shite one too many times, and so I just think that it's like the Titanic. It's going down, and I think it's going to go down, and her channel will hit a point where she probably makes enough where she can survive, like pay her rent and stuff like that, but I don't think she's going to get to go back to that high roller. And she thinks, she was talking about wealth and stuff. I hate to tell her this, but making $12,000 a month does not make you wealthy.
No, it doesn't.
By any stretch of the imagination. So, but I think she has hit the acme, the pinnacle of her earning potential. And now it's going to get back down to, maybe enough to survive if she cuts a lot of stuff out. Like, will she be able to order out $100 to $150 worth of takeout every day? Maybe not, and will she be able to always buy new clothes? So I think when I say the Titanic, that's what I feel is going to happen with her channel. Is she going to go completely broke? Nah, but
I can agree
just
with
my
you.
opinions.
Yeah, I think she's gonna kind of like how happened Winds of Redemption, not getting the amount of views like he did before, but it's still something where he can get by on if he kind of does his thing.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, you mean as in carry along with it, but not live as not be as rich
Yeah.
as you were doing, but not
Yeah.
but not too little that you have to try and jack it in and get a real work job.
Yeah, exactly. That
Right,
like that
yeah,
little
I
buffer
understand
area.
that.
Like enough
that
to
might
pay
be
your
the thing that
rent
keeps
and
her
the
going.
basics.
Yeah, the shitting, the fucking, the sleeping, and what else did I say? The whatever, the primitive needs for
Food.
Cro-Magnon, whatever she is. I don't know, Neanderthal.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess maybe we'll wrap this up. So, Ray, any final thoughts, words?
No.
All right, Ray, that's all good. Greg
It was
Grebo.
good being on panel
Nice
with
and
everybody.
succinct.
Yes.
I like it.
Yes. I'll put on my final thoughts. So let me put on, because I have to. Beats. Yeah, I just think, like I said, I have no doubt she's gonna watch this panel, and yeah, I believe it or not, I really don't have anything. I think Chantal is a terrible person, and even if she stops the drugs tomorrow, she's still going to be a terrible person, you know. Oh, I will say, like last week, her weight was 338.3, and now she's up to 246.2. Even though I don't believe that scale, the numbers are still creeping upwards, though. So yeah, you can't sit around, eat 5,000 calories a day, and try to lie to people and tell them you're losing weight, but I'll just say this, Chantal, A, please keep the camera rolling, and B, say my name. It's Great Grebo. Say my name. Say my name.
She wants a shout out.
I do.
Get Great Grebo tattoo, Chantal, and she might actually pass out. Hey, would you, Great Grebo?
All right, hippista. If you're there. All right, hippista might not be there. We'll move on to cauliflower.
Adam Clay. Yeah, Chantal, honestly, with every ounce of decency that I can scrap up for you, you need to go get some serious help for that addiction. That's basically all it's gonna take. From that point on, it's all up to you. But if you don't get yourself in some kind of an addiction facility or someplace where you can have rehab for that specific problem, nothing is going to change, nor is it going to get better. The band-aids are just going to keep wasting. So, and thank you for having me again, Monty.
No problem. Anytime. Thank you for being here. Natural Ginger, last but not least.
Oh, I'll just say thanks for having us on panel. Thank you, Grebo, Collie, Ray, hippista. If there's anybody else on, I can't remember. I'd also like to thank everybody for wishing Monty a happy birthday and all the beautiful messages that Monty has got. That was excellent. And I've been thinking about your mother a lot, Monty, and sending us some British good vibes across the water. Chantal, we can't all be wrong. Good night, guys.
Yeah, good night, Natural Ginger, and everybody. It is Amy's birthday, so I will wish her a happy birthday. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Amy. That to check. Hopefully you are having a good one. I don't know what time it is, Australia. I don't know, but
happy birthday, Amy.
Yes, happy birthday.
I think it's in the afternoon sometime.
Yeah, probably in the afternoon or so. I don't know. But anyways, folks, I'm out. Thank you everybody that was here. Kali, Natural Ginger, Greg Grebo, Ray, Airy Pepperoni.
Oh,
Who else did we have here? Hippie Easter was here at one point. We also had Alex K was also here at one point, and I think that was it.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody, and have a good one. Bye.
Bye everybody. Bye.
Bye.